Hey, what's going on, guys? Happy Saturday. It's only about maybe 1, 2 o'clock on a Saturday here. We just got done doing kind of some flea market and running around shopping, so I ended up with a mix of really, it looks like a bunch of ones, fives, maybe a 10 or something in there. Thought I'd do a quick bill search video, go through them, see if we find anything that's at least collectible or worth more than face value before I gotta go spend it. We're gonna go do some more stuff with the day. Hopefully you had a really good Valentine's Day. I'll put a link to my giveaway that's going through the end of the month, so follow that link from the comments, but let's jump into it. Series 2013 $5 note. This thing is beat. It's been wet, all thinned out, and you can see condition leaves nothing to call home about. Condition's 9/10 of the law with any collectible, as you know. So even if you're into G.I. Joes, toys, comics, vinyls, musical instruments, cars, whatever it is that you collect. As you know, as a collector of that stuff, if it's beat up, it's going to detract from value. This one, nothing in the serial number, real beat up, hard to tell if it's errors or damage. Probably the latter. And nothing on the back except for a neat depiction of the Lincoln Memorial. Series 2017 $1 note. Nothing jumping out in the serial number. A little shift down in the seal, but it's still sitting well atop the word 1. If it's in these other spaces shifted dramatically or obscuring somewhere, I'd hold on to that. Keep an eye out around your kind of plate annotations, your Federal Reserve indicators and the serial numbers and stuff like that for ink issues and shifted print. Somebody asked me about a wet ink transfer because I do mention those during a lot of my searches. If it's dramatic where you can see a lot of another note transferred over to the banknote you have due to a wet ink transfer, then I would say hold on to it and see if you can get some value over face value for it being more dramatic. But like I always say also, I mean, the greatest thing about this hobby is there's so many different things to collect, and I know some people deem some not valuable. Say birthday notes. Some people like them, some people don't. Replacement notes, little ink issues, people that have written or stamped on the note. That's the great thing is you can collect whatever you want. It's not always about the value. And nothing going on in the back. Keep an eye out around the unfinished pyramid in the eye there, and then where they used a lot of repetitious odes to the number 13 and the Great Seal. All those little intricate detail points can be good spots for errors. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kind of neat, but not pattern enough for me to hold on to. Best condition note so far, despite being beat up. And nothing jumping out on the front, back of the note. Nothing going on there. Keep it moving. Gross. Speed up 2013 series note. For a second, right off the rip, when I look at the series dates, like the first thing I look at, for a second there, I was like, man, we got ourselves a lack of ink, or somebody corrected me on that. I appreciate that. I think I said missing ink or something. Lack of ink is the better term. Error. But I thought maybe the one there, but it looks like damage. But even as small as that can really get some good value to the right collector if you want to resell it. 1219 would have been nice to have a year on the end there. Back of the note, beat up. It's seen its day. They say $1 notes only have about a 10-year lifespan or less, so this one's hit that span. But I mean, it looks overall really not the worst condition we've seen in banknote videos that I've done if you watch any of my other videos. Well, let's keep rolling. Hey, nice little star note. Almost a date note is what I thought it was. I thought it was 01 to begin with, but I can't read. Nice little replacement note. Even though this one looks like somebody laid their cigarette on it, I'm going to hold on to this right off the bat. Star notes are going to become a thing of the past as new technology makes them obsolete. They're not going to need to print star notes to replace damaged notes during the production process because the new banknote printing technology can literally put together a strap of 100 notes or whatever, piecemealing different serial numbers together. So essentially, if this note, well, the counterpart that was jacked up, in that instance, they would just take it out of circulation and continue on. and then they would be able to fill that spot with just any serial number and it be tracked via software much more efficiently than in the past. So they won't need to do replacement notes anymore. But I love me replacement notes, and not that I didn't already hold on to them, but now I hold on to all of them, as you know. This one's definitely had, I don't know, a lighter, a cigarette laid on it, I don't know. We're not going to put our guesses as to why it's burnt. But nothing in the serial number, kind of neat, but not much there. But it is a star note, beat up and nasty, but I'll keep a hold of it. Got some highlighter on here, or makeup or something. This is the 2004 redesign, I believe. 5s, I think, are the second note that's going to be redesigned. You can correct me on that. 10s are the first one coming out in 2026, 2027, that are going to really have a lot of anti-counterfeiting measures and tactile functions. Nothing going on there. Another 5er. Some 6s, kind of cool serial number. 6s, 2626 in the middle. Would have been cool to have 6s on the end. Not to have like 666, but to have bookends with 66 on either end, if I could talk, and then 26 in the middle for a repeater. That would have been neat. But other than that, really cool serial number, minus the 38 on the end. So I'm not going to hold on to it. Overall, not terrible condition. Keep an eye out around the repetitious 5s. You can see even from here, the little dots of green here is the serial number kind of protruding from the front of the note. If you can actually read the whole serial number, although backwards, I've seen those sell for good money as kind of like excessive ink errors or things of that nature, kind of however you want to label it. And nothing going on the front there. Back of the note. Yeah, a little bit of damage to it. At first I thought we might have kind of a ink issue. 2017. Let me know in the comments as you're watching these what you've been coming across in your coin and banknote searches. And for a second there, I was like, we got ourselves a little ink smear, guys. But it's actually, now you can probably tell, it's just dirt or like pen mark. But it's not the same tone of black toned ink. Washington's looking sad there. Looks like a one-eyed pirate. Back of the note, getting down there, only a few left, so bear with me. And damaged and taped together, we got ourselves a free fingerprint of the previous owner. Can frame them for something. Nice little fingerprint note. Anyway, 2017 $1 bill. Noticeable shift in the seal here, down and to the left. Keep an eye out for that. If it was any further, kind of way off the E, if it's actually like off the E or off one of the letters, I'll hold on to it. I think they're neat. I've had people comment like, that's not worth it. You know, like I said, everybody can collect what they want. 4s, 2s, 1s, some 7s. If we didn't have the 2 in there, it was a trinary and it would have been another 4, I would have held on to it. I like trinary notes, although this one's not in a great pattern if it was one. On the back, this one's been wet and stepped on. Let's see where a shoe print is. So that's going to keep us from really seeing anything collectible about it. Down to the last 3, got ourselves a little mix. There's all 1s and 5s, it looks like. 2021 series. Only difference here is going to be the signatures. $1 notes haven't changed since like 63, something like that. So nothing to talk about there. And they said we're not redesigning them. So this design with Washington on it's going to stick around for some time to come. Pretty printed on the back, really nicely and neat. Oh my gosh, taped together, beat up $1 bill. I thought it was taped together. I guess it's just that dirty. Good example of how they're printed though, if I can put it straight in the camera. You can see how the seals and serial numbers are still pretty prevalent on the note, whereas the rest is really beat up. That's the intaglio process used to print US currency, and it's really just a neat process. So you should watch BEP.gov or whatever their website is, has a really good video. And then we're going to be going to DC to take a tour of a couple places, as well as to New York, and I'll put some footage out on those museums and stuff like that, so you can check that out or skip it if you're not interested. Kind of got ourselves a little stuck digit of 7-9 on the end, very minor. If it's way up, way down, I'd hold on to that. This one's Nice and folded up. Not a big error like a gutter fold or something, but just beat up. Back of the note, much nicer depiction of the Lincoln Memorial than the other one we started the video off with. Again, keep an eye out around these repetitious 5s, little intricate detail points. You can see this one too has the serial number kind of protruding. If it's all the way printed through, I kind of call those a misprint of sorts, excessive ink. But nothing going on there. So what are we holding on to? A small find, but cool in my book. A nice beat up, nasty star note. These things will become more and more rare, although it will take a few years for that to happen. But like I said, these will start to be seen less and less as they're not needed. And as new technology kind of takes over and old technology goes on the way out. Let me know what you've come across in your coin and banknote searches lately in the comments. I can't wait to read about that stuff. Love to hear what you guys are finding. And let me know on other hobbies. I mean, if you collect vinyls or Lego or shoes or whatever, I have a problem. If it can be collected, I like to collect it. So let's talk about it in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, guys.